Welcome back. You're watching the breaking news show right here on CNN News 18, and we're taking you to big news coming in right now from the Allahabad High Court, with the Allahabad High Court rejecting the Muslim litigant side that was demanding an interim stay on the Jan 31st order. This is related to the Gyanvapi case. Remember, you remember a few days ago, the district court in Varanasi had allowed for Puja to begin in the southern cellar that is called the Vyas Tehkhana by the Hindu litigant side. Now, the Muslim litigant side was asking for a stay. Remember, they'd gone to the Supreme Court that had said go to the Allahabad High Court first. The Allahabad High Court now refusing to grant that stay on the Jan 31st order. Now, we'll go over to our colleague Ananya Bhatnagar, our legal correspondent, to understand more. Ananya, I believe the court has asked the Muslim side to amend their petition. In what ways has it asked them to do so, and what grounds did it give for rejecting the ask for an interim stay?
Well, Toya, we have to understand the court has not actually rejected that particular petition, but has only asked the Muslim side to amend this particular petition and file it afresh. However, no kind of an interim stay on that particular order of January 31 has been granted by, in fact, the court here in Allahabad. The Allahabad High Court has categorically not granted any kind of an interim stay to the Muslim side. However, has asked it to amend its petition. Not only that, the state administration, the state police, and the UP government has been asked to maintain the law and order situation there in that particular area where this Vyas Tehkhana is located, and where the puja was started by the courts or after the court's order of January 31.
In what ways have they asked the Muslim side to amend their plea, please?
Well, the Muslim side had to challenge a basis order of January 17, on which the January 31st order was actually based, and that particularly was not challenged by the Muslim side, and that's exactly why the plea was at that point not maintainable. The Muslim side sought some time to amend its petition, and then the Muslim side stated that they will be amending that particular petition. So only after that the court would be going into much of merit. However, the court did not feel very keen to actually entertain that particular petition. However, the court has given time to the Muslim side to amend its petition and to file it afresh till February 6th. The February 6th is the next date of hearing in this particular case. But until then, no kind of a stay has been granted by the Allahabad High Court on the January 31st order, allowing for a puja at, in fact, that particular site, at that particular Tehkhana called the Vyas Tehkhana, also referred to as cellar S2 in the ASI report there.
Okay, let me just, Ananya, just stay with us. Let me just clarify then for our audiences. So an interim stay, essentially, after the Muslim side makes those changes to its petition, once it makes those changes, they can go back to the court, and then the Allahabad High Court will take a look at this again. Between that date and today, the High Court is refusing to give an interim stay. After that point, once they take a look at it, they may still give a stay. So, Ananya, I just want to understand, can you tell our audiences, the second part where they've asked the state government to maintain law and order situation, to just take care of the law and order situation in the area. Can you tell us more about that too? Because the district administration has been looking over that from the reports that are coming to us from the ground, correct?
Well, definitely, the district administration is looking into it. However, there were apprehensions raised by the Muslim side that, there might be a law and order situation and this should not be allowed. But later on, the Advocate General for Uttar Pradesh has very, very clearly and categorically told the Allahabad High Court that, they are maintaining the law and order situation there. They're looking at the situation on the ground very keenly and are making sure that no kind of a law and order situation erupts at that particular place where the puja has now started, also called the Vyas Tehkhana or cellar S2 as per the ASI report. So very, very clearly, the short hearing that continued before the Allahabad High Court has now come to an end with a little setback to the Muslim side, where no kind of an interim stay on that particular order of January 31st of the Varanasi District Court has been granted by the Allahabad High Court, and very, very clearly the Muslim side will have to amend its petition, and then on February 6th the matter would continue later.
So can you tell our audiences, Ananya, now more about the arguments? So this southern cellar is called Vyas Tehkhana by the Hindu litigant side, because they argue that a Pandit called Vyas used to carry out pujas in this entire area, and he was stopped from doing so. In 1993, the Mulayam Singh government shut down and locked up the southern cellar. So this is a separate petition. That's what the Hindu side has argued. Has the Muslim side argued about this? Have they said that there was no Pandit called Vyas who was doing the pujas, or have they agreed with that aspect and still disagreed with this entire premise?
Well, the Muslim side has constantly stated that this is a part of, in fact, the particular mosque. This was a cellar which never had doors, but when the ASI report had come, it had categorically stated that there were some kind of doors that were closed, and and in fact the Hindu side has constantly argued that the keys of that particular Tehkana still remain with the family of Vyasji, and that's exactly what the argument of the Hindu side had been, while the Muslim side has constantly stated that these orders are something that would be allowing the whole suit that is challenging, in fact, that particular title of the Vyasji
Okay,
Tehkana.
Ananya, we're going to keep checking in with you. Right now, though, we need to move on.